Today we're going to make a special roll called an angel roll. This is another deep fried roll. For this one we're going to need a few ingredients. We're going to need a little bit of Kampyo or seasoned gourd. We're going to need one slice of avocado, a thick slice. We're also going to need a little bit of hamachi, salmon, and maguro or red tuna. We're also going to need, for the top, we're going to need a little bit of teriyaki sauce and some of our Tobiko. So now it is time for us to start rolling our angel roll. We're going to start by getting our hands a little bit wet with some water. This is so that the rice doesn't stick too much. We're then going to go ahead and come over here and take about 130 to 140 grams of rice. We're going to lightly press it into a ball. We're then going to take it and spread it not all the way across. We're going to come and we're going to leave about half inch to an inch's worth of nori over here that we're not going to put any rice onto. We're then going to come and take our rice and go ahead and pull it down towards us to spread it across the nori. Now we're going to make sure that we roughly evenly spread out the rice. Now that we have it nice and evenly covered, now we're going to go ahead and sprinkle those. Now, we're not going to flip it over, but we're going to turn it so that this space that we left with no rice on is at the top. Now it is time for us to go ahead and start filling up the inside of the roll. We're going to go ahead and we're going to start by taking some of the salmon. And we're going to place this right here across the inside. After that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to take our tuna. And we're also going to place that here on the inside. After that, we'll go ahead and take our hamachi. Then we'll take the kampyo, place that here in the middle. And now the final piece, we're going to go ahead and place our avocado as well. Time to start rolling this up. For this one, we're going to take it, the side that's closest to us, take it, hold the ingredients so that they stay inside, and roll this all the way so that it comes to the edge of the rice. And then we'll keep rolling all the way over that little flap. We'll go ahead and give a little push on the ingredients just in case they're coming out the end here. Once we do that, it's time for us to go ahead and take a little bit of extra rice. We're going to take those and then we're just going to go ahead and, for now, we're just going to put them right here along the edge. And go ahead and give it a little push to make sure that it stays. And we'll do the same thing to the other side as well. Once we have our rice there, we don't want any rice in the middle here. But once we have it all on our edges, we're going to take our makisu with a plastic wrap, and we're going to take the flat sides and lay it down over the top of the roll. Now it's time for us to start pressing it. We're going to take our hands and put it over the top, and we're going to push down, and then we're going to go ahead and start pushing in with a medium, even pressure across the whole roll. Once we've got a nice shape on it, we still have our ends to take care of here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our makisu and come to just about the end of where our rice is, and we're going to go ahead and give it a nice push in. This is so that it completely seals itself up and that no batter or oil will get inside of our roll. After that, we're going to go ahead and do it to the other side as well. Our roll is now ready to go ahead and be put into our batter and deep fry. So now it is time for us to put our roll into the fryer. So what we're going to do, we're going to take our roll and we're just going to go ahead and put the whole thing into our batter. and then very quickly cover the whole thing in batter. And you can hold from the bottom, and we're gonna just drop it straight into the deep fryer. The batter that we used is 1 part water to 1.2 parts tempura flour mix. Here we have a paper towel that's going to be ready for use for later. Now we have a nice golden color on it. I'm going to go ahead and just place it here for just a moment so that any excess oil will drain off, and then I'm going to put onto the towel to get any last bits of oil. Now it's time for us to go ahead and cut and plate the roll. So now it's time for us to cut and plate our roll. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take our knife, and then we're going to go ahead and cut these in pieces off. You can see the end of the nori here, so we're going to cut right about the end of the nori. We'll set that aside, and we'll go ahead and do the other side. Now, we don't need these in pieces, you can just go ahead and throw those away. Now, since this is a short and fat roll, we're going to go ahead and cut it into 6 pieces. We're going to start by finding the halfway point, cutting it in half. Then we're going to take one side and we're going to cut it into thirds. Now we'll do the same thing to the other side. Now we have 6 even pieces here. What we're going to do is we're going to take our plate. We're going to take one piece and lay it down completely flat. Then the next piece, we're going to lay just leaning on top of it. Then we're going to go ahead and keep doing that all the way across. The one in piece on your right hand side, we're going to take and turn it around before laying it down so that you have the most clean edge showing to the customer. Then we're going to go ahead and do the same thing with this last one. So now we have all of our ingredients showing here through the top. Now we'll go ahead and take our plate, make sure that it's perfectly even across this plate. Then we're going to take teriyaki sauce. We're going to go ahead and we're going to do our teriyaki sauce opposite across the ways of the lines of the cuts. So we're going to start here and sauce across the whole thing. Then the very last thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take some of our Tobiko and just go ahead and sprinkle it straight down the middle of the roll. And then here is our finished roll.